Good evening, Colonel Seva Singh. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome my teacher, Colonel Seva Singh, who converted himself into a yoga expert and teacher. And it's my privilege and honor that I've been learning from him for the last 3 years. And I think this is the only physical practice which I have consistently done for more than 3 years without missing a single day, all thanks to the inspiration provided by this man. So, as you know, these interviews are meant, I interview people whom I respect and whom I think are doing something exceptional for the benefit of humanity. And here is such a man. Kalsa, I want to ask you one thing. To see, you spent many years in the army and then you retired, and you could have chosen to live a retired life. Okay. My
Yeah,
first question is, what made you join the army in the first place?
good evening, sir. The problem is this joining army at that time, it is not that instantly I thought that I must join the army. I am from a small village, Kandiala near Patti, and that village belongs to all the farmers, and we used to work in the field. And after harvesting, our fields were vacant, and army used to come over there. They were doing the exercise there, and I was much fascinated their activities and especially the green uniform. They looked very smart to me, and that was the time when I wanted to join the army. But at that time, as a yes, in the teenage, I mean to say 13, 14 years old, and at that time, I could not join. But once I completed my schooling, I joined Guru Gobind Singh Khalsa College, Sirhali, Kalam, near us only. That is about 6, 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers from my house. And I enrolled myself in NCC there. Luckily, I got a professor, Hardev Singh, who was the NCC officer, and he used to give the hints how to get into army. He told me all the things how to go about it. He said I can join as a second lieutenant in the army, provided I pass combined defense services exam, because for NDA my age was over, so it was only left the chance with the CDS, combined defense services. So I waited till I could complete my graduation from that college. And during that college, I did some preparation. And after doing the graduation, I applied for this combined defense services for the short service in army. Luckily, I got cleared that exam in the first attempt. And in the first attempt, I cleared the SSB also. So that is how I got into the army, got the motivation. When this armies used to come over there in our field, I was impressed with their activities, especially their drills and all that thing. In our spare time after schooling, in the evening, we used to see how they are working and all, and it looked very attractive to me. That is how I.
How many years did you serve in the army, sir?
It is a 30 plus I have served in the army, 30, 32, 33 years or so.
You were in the infantry?
Pardon, sir?
Were you in the infantry?
No, I got into infantry, Madras Regiment. That is peculiar to me. The thing is that I was from the North India, knowing all the culture of North India, and I was not having any clue about the southern part of India. But when I went there, I did not know their language. And with the young soldiers, they only knew their Tamil. Gradually, they picked up Hindi, but I could not pick up that Tamil fluently, just learned a few sentences. But what I found that it is not the language which you can motivate the man, it is your actions. I was very fit in my those days, younger days. I was very fit, and I was almost better in the fitness most of the my men. So that is how I conveyed my feelings without knowing Tamil with them, and they without knowing Hindi or something, because I gave them my personal example how to be good at firing, how to good at running. Because my firing and running round in the infantry, which is the basic requirement, that I was very good in that one. That is how interacted with the people from the southern that our unit in the Madras regiment. Our soldiers are from Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and Andaman Nicobar. So I
Got
had
it.
the
So
culture.
how
Pardon?
many years did you serve in the army?
More than 30 years I served in the army, sir.
And you retired as a colonel?
I retired as a colonel and joined as a. I got the commission in Madras regiment, sir.
Got it. Beautiful. So now, after so many years in the army and many things you might have accomplished over there, what made you turn towards yoga? And what made you decide to create this? First of all, what made you take on this thing called yoga?
So this is a long story. I was a very active person. In fact, I was hyper. Hyper mean I was very in the running and all that thing. That is the running. I knew only one thing, and that paid me very well in army. And I was always active. In fact, when I joined after getting commission, I joined my battalion. The commanding officer said that after about 2 3 months after joining me, he told that there will be yoga class and all the officers JCO they will attend the class. So I said to my commanding officer, no, I will not join yoga. I'm a Gatka champion of Guru Nanak Dev University. I don't believe in yoga. So I flatly refused to go to attend that class and then said, okay, you take the men to the ground and teach them the Gatka. So I took them, then all the officers and JCO went to yoga class. But it happened later on that I have to take the sheltering job because you see, I exploited. I mean to I explored my strength or everything to the extreme in army by running around and doing all the activities with that. In one of the exercises, commando exercise, I got a injury on my foot, and after that, within 2 3 years, that deteriorated further. What happened with that one? I had this habit of eating and living style just like early, but with this decreased activities, I started putting on weight. It is not unmanageable weight, but I started on putting weight. It was required about 72 maximum. I went up to 79 or 80. So I thought I must control my weight. Without controlling that weight, I started getting the pain in my knees, constipation, and so many other diseases started coming to me. And that was very embarrassing to me. Yeah, I was a very fit. Now what I should do? I don't do. I could not do any activity fast activity to reduce or burn calories as now people recommend that you burn the calories by running around and that way. That was a problem as I got this injury, this mortal metatarsals on my right foot. Because of that, if I run, I was putting more stress on my foot. So in that way, I could not run. Then ultimately, I just got one book on yoga. I just started reading it. At that time, I was in Andaman and Nicobar. So there, I saw there is some seem to be some truth. Okay, you can improve your flexibility. I gave patients listening to this yoga books. I read number of books from different writers, but with that, I improved a little bit flexibility. But I did a PT course also. I thought this all exercises we have done in a PT course. Then what is the difference between yoga and this PT and all that thing? I could not make out.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to find out how to start exactly yoga. Like if you want to learn English, you start from A, B, C, D. Or if you want to learn mathematics, it is a 1, 2, 3. And I was searching for that. What is the basics? If I ask somebody, you just tell me what are the basics of mathematics, you will say 1, 2, 3. But when it comes to the mathematics, oh sorry, when it comes to the yoga, somebody says, okay, you do some first warming up, then do some alternative breathing or do some respiration exercises. If went to somebody else to learn the yoga, he started with a different way. So as many as people I went to learn the yoga, that many procedures they adopted. So it did not click me. Then even I approached Kurukshetra University to learn this yoga. But there I did very well, and they told me so many good things. But the point of basic, what are the alphabet yoga, I could not get. So I kept on thinking okay, what it could be. Then ultimately I came to know, I realized this is the alphabets which I discussed with you. And once I found that one, then after that I just require 3 minutes to keep functional fit within my genetic limits. And I have seen I reduce my weight. Now I do that 3 minutes scientific yoga daily without break. And you see, I'm teaching all the people and they are getting benefit. 3 minutes, very less time. It is just bare minimum. I tell the people, if you have a time of only 4 seconds, come to me. I can discuss with you yoga and you just do the things what I'm telling you and result I will show you within a few days and what you have seen.
One
That
question,
is how.
sorry for the interruption. My question is, what made you start this 3 minute scientific yoga?
Okay. It is a
How did
very
you
good.
start it?
Okay. There is a no limit of the yoga, sir. It is like education. It is a very vast subject. So you start from your alphabets from the ABC 1, 2, 3 with the 1 second, 2 second, 4 second, 5 seconds. Then gradually you increase up to 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes. So I have seen by practicing this that bare minimum 3 minutes scientific yoga, if you do in a scientific way, you activate your nervous system, digestive system, respiratory system, all skeleton system with that one, which require bare minimum activity for the day. So there is no limit. You can improve it. You can, if you want to do 6 minutes, you just repeat it. So it is a, you can do the repetition till the time you are satisfied. But people don't have the much time. You tell somebody 10 minutes, the people don't have in 10 minutes. Tell the people for 5 minutes, the people don't have 5 minutes. Then I brought to the 3 minute. So this 3 minute almost can do everyone. And there is still 1.5 minute, which is the first part of my joke. I tell the people, if you can't have this 3 minutes, just do this 1.5 minute. You will see the result within few days, provided you follow the system of consistency in attendance, what we are doing every day. And people are giving very good feedback on this one.
True. I mean, I can myself say that it works very well.
So
That
if
is the
you can
reason
say
when
that one, it is your greatness. You are this appreciating this 3 minutes scientific you because you have seen yourself. So that is how you can do jog in a length, any number of, you can, I have that system for 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But the thing is, bare minimum, you just have, like a child, you just teach him ABC 1, 2, 3, he will become psychoneuroimmunophysio-endocrinologist if he wants. So my aim is just to start. Starting point is required. So once you are now in 3 minutes, if you are more inquisitive or if you want more guidance, I can always give you further guidance how to proceed further. But most of the people, they are satisfied with the 1.5 minute and with the 3 minute. They say, okay, Karna Sahab, we want only this much. We can't spare much time. So it is up to them. It is like a child require Sometimes the parents says only, okay, in the old days, people used to say fifth class is good enough so that he can do some mathematics or something for running a shop or something. Somebody will say, okay, I will do 10th class so that I can do some job. If still somebody say, okay, I will go for graduation so that I can become an officer in some branch. So like it is up to you, up to what extent you want to go in job. The sky is the limit. Like
Hey,
sky is
how
the limit
many
in education.
how many years have you been teaching this yoga, Khalsa?
This I started teaching when I was in the army itself.
Oh,
I think it is almost now 20 years or so I've been in teaching this one. I used to take the classes for my men there. I was a officer commanding one of the transient camp. All the units going through, I used to conduct the yoga for all the, and it was very convenient for them because it was in high altitude and the weather was not very congenial to our this thing, health and all. So I converted one this entertainment hall into yoga hall, come entertainment hall. We were put through this thing 6 days along with the other training for the acclimatization and along with this yoga, and the troops were getting benefit. And even that corps commander at that time, General Deepak Kapoor, he learned the yoga from me. And in fact, he organized this three-man scientific yoga for the whole corps headquarters where he was commanding. Later on, General Deepak Kapoor, he commanded the whole army. You know him better, I think.
hmm. So do you before we uh, so how many students do you think you would have trained by now? I think it number would run into thousands.
It is I must be in thousand and all because I have not kept the record. And thousand itself, when I was in the army, everybody was put through. Now, how many are following it? That follow up only I started now. You see the group, how these people are, they are following. There are so many others who don't want to get into this group and all. They are marking attendance and they are following on their own. And in the civil also, I used to conduct this whenever I was on leave. As a hobby, I used to conduct for the civil population here, for the police also. Even in the senior citizen club, I used to conduct this one. Even for the schools, colleges, I'm taking the classes for Punjab Technical University here, which is very close to me. And another very prestigious institution is a Science City. In fact, they call me every year on Yoga Day, and I take this three-man scientific yoga introduction and conduct every year. So I don't know how many people might be learning on Zoom at different places.
Okay, so I have a very odd question to ask you. See, people who learn from you are definitely benefiting because I can see from my own life that I'm benefiting. So all the people I know who are, and I recommend to everybody, as you know. But I have a funny question to ask you. See, my belief is that the teacher learns more than the student, right?
Yes.
So, in all these years of teaching yoga to people, how has it benefited you personally? Not from the money part of it. Money, though you don't charge, so there's no question about it. But how have you become a better human being by just teaching this beautiful science to people?
First example is that I come across so many personalities like you. I have learned a lot from you. So you have changed my life, and there are so many other people who with you. You made so many other people to connect with me, and I am learning from them from their ailments. When they tell me, and most of the time they come out with the exercise, but in their own way. But I refine them further for them. So with that one, I also learn from their experience. This teaching, it is a two-way. learning process. In fact, when I'm teaching, not teaching, discussing, because in fact, this yoga, I'm just discussing at the alphabet. I say that this I'm at just at a level of pre-nursery, in fact, because I'm teaching ABC. And if you know ABC, then you can do cat, rat, bat, then teacher spelling. I am going to school, he is going to school, like that. Then paragraph writing. And it is a long story starting from ABC. So I am very happy at lower level only, at the basic teaching at a nursery level.
Now, with all these years of teaching, I'm sure that you must be hearing a lot of success stories about how people have benefited. Can you recall any one or two such success stories of people who have been following your teaching?
Yeah, it is a first of all, you yourself, you are saying that it is a very good. I think if you say it, there is no better person who can this certified this thing. Other is a Stuti madam, you know, through whom you have come. She came to my place here. She learned it. She came twice here, and she took interest. First time she met me in Delhi, but she attended my this class there. She was not much this thing regular at that time, but ultimately she came to me to learn this yoga. Now she is calling me and she is organizing these classes with me on the Zoom. That is how you had the connection with the Stuti, and she recommended you to come here. That itself is a success story of the people. Then there is a Dr. Swati from Karnataka, Sirsi. She learned yoga from here. She is very fit, and she was very hyper in all these activities. And she told me that she used to do 1 hour, 2 hours exercise daily. Now she is satisfied with this 3 minutes, and she adds a little bit more exercise because she has learned this yoga very minutely, and she understood how to proceed further.
So
And
you
there are ortho doctors are with me. Dr. Gill is here. He's ortho surgeon. There is a ortho doctor from AIMS, from Rishikesh. And number of people are there. I don't have the list at the moment. Otherwise, I can send you that one list. So there are very learned people in the who knows this physiology and anatomy in detail. In fact, these orthos surgeons, they are the strength to me, because I could discuss the things in detail with them, and they themselves found that it is a very interesting, and they are regular in our group. They are marking attendance every day,
yeah, yeah,
and they
I
are
can see that.
you could see it. So that is a marking this attendance on the group itself is a proof that how it is benefiting to them. Otherwise, they will give up.
So if somebody wants to learn it, we can just share your number with them and you will teach them.
Yeah, it is. It will be my privilege if they approach me. My this number is 99 1
I'll
double
put,
five.
I'll put the number. I'll put the number.
Okay, you can put the number on the screen, and the people can contact me on WhatsApp, please. First, they
Okay.
should be on the WhatsApp. Otherwise, if they ring me up directly, I may not be available or something. Nowadays, without a name, picking up a phone is a danger, isn't it? So better it is through the WhatsApp initial conversation. After that, we can talk each other by fixing time and date.
How much time do you spend teaching yoga, Kalsar, every
So
day?
it depends from person to person.
No,
Mostly,
in
I
the whole
clear.
day, I mean to say.
Pardon?
In the whole day, how much time do you devote for the teaching of yoga?
So this is earlier during COVID day. I was very busy in this one. It was about every 2 3 classes every day were there on Zoom. So at that time I was very busy. Now I'm not busy on Zoom, but I go around and mix up with the people, and I teach personally. Whenever there is a spare time with me, I go to some government school or some people at the religious places just to tell them how they can keep themselves fit. So maximum time what I spare, I spend in the teaching, or I keep discussing the people who come close with me in the routine days.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And Colonel Sir, before we close the interview, is there something you'd like to share with anyone who will be watching this? Any
The
words
more
of advice to people?
I just want to share one thing which is very important, because of which I could understand this yoga. Discipline is the most important thing in life. And that discipline we start learning from our childhood in the family, in the schools, colleges, universities. And this is army. In army, we learn it in a hard way, because we have to obey all the rules and regulation, and that makes sure that you become time bound, because the first step in discipline is right time, right place, if possible, right dress. And this discipline is like in army we say, like defenses are never complete, and similarly discipline is never complete. So wherever you are, just try to improve your discipline by following. First thing is, try to respect the time first. Second place, the third is the right dress if it is possible. You will not be wrong. If you are a leader, you will get the things done from others. If some other leader is to get the things done from you, he will get it done from you. If you have not reached at the right time, right place, then nothing will happen. So inculcate the habit of discipline, and in that, better quality of discipline is self-discipline. That is what this is my last thing to say. Okay, we must respect the discipline.
So thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for taking out the time and doing this for the benefit of all our viewers. And as I close, I would recommend to each and every person who's watching this now or later that take out the time, get in touch with Colonel Seva Singh and learn this thing, which is so powerful, and it will change your life. So all the best to you, Colonel Saab. All the best to your efforts. And please be fit and fine and keep on giving your wisdom and your teachings to everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So nice of you, sir.